Now let's talk about taking care of your call. One thing you want to remember, if it's not broken, it's working well, there's no reason to pull it apart. The other thing is to make sure that you know how to use the call well before you actually disassemble it. That way you can test it and make sure it's working properly. Now there are some moving parts and some parts that can be lost, so if the call's not working properly, after you put it back together, you may be missing a part or may have lost a part, and we'll go over that here in a second. Now the first thing I want you to do is move the model slide down to the buck position. Now, as you're pulling the insert out the back, I want you to keep pushing the slide out of the call. Now as the insert comes out and the slide comes out, you'll notice a housing that's holding an O-ring. Pull the O-ring straight down out and pull the insert out of the bottom of the call. Now you're ready to disassemble, clean things up, and put it back together when we're done. Now the O-ring comes off next. You just simply slide it at the end of the call. It'll work its way off, and sometimes the reed will come out with it. That's not a big deal because that's the second thing we take out. So pull the reed straight out without doing any damage to it. You don't want to bend it up or crease it. That's real important. And then there's a little wedge stopper in the very end of the call as well. Now there's a couple ways to pull this out. You can poke something through the back and push it out the front end, and make sure the reed's out of there if you're going to do it that way. Or you can just kind of push on it and it'll actually pop through, but make sure you catch it out the bottom of the call. Like this. Otherwise it'll end up on the floor and we don't want you to lose that. So now that we got everything all cleaned up, okay, we're going to put our reed back into the call by placing it in square end first. Those little wings on the end of the reed is the stopping point, and that's what tunes your call. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to put the wedge in. And it goes in with the small side first, and we get that wedge started. Make sure that our wings and our reeds lined up, and just simply press the wedge in till it gets a little click, and it's flush with the end of the insert. Now we're ready to put our O-ring back on the call. And to get the O-ring on so that it goes on a little easier, what you want to do is you want to kind of smash it down in an oblong shape. And you kind of put it around the reed because the reed's a little bit wider, and then pull it straight across. Get it started down the reed and over the tone board. Slide it all the way down, just about to the end there, and we're ready to put the top back on. Now when we put the top on, you want to turn your call upside down so the reed's facing down. And by the way, if you want to put a little bit of lubricant on here, just use something non-toxic, just a dot of vegetable oil or something. You can put that on, put it on the O-ring if it's dried up and sitting out in the sun or sitting in your bag all year long, and get that cleaned up. I use Vaseline, works well. Don't use too much because we don't want that gumming up the reed and having the reed stick. So, but you can put a little lubrication on there. And so we're ready to put our top on. And what we want to do is extend out the model slide, put the reed assembly back into the call without catching the reed on the call and destroying it. So slide it in there, move the O-ring guide right over top of the O-ring. Okay, so it fits right in that O-ring guide. Now that the call's upside down, there's actually a little key lock that allows the insert to go back into the top of the call. Once that's done, you just click it in, give it a little turn, make sure it's locked in, slide your slide back and forth a couple of times, and then you just check the call to make sure it's going to work properly for you. So there you go. I got the full range of the fawn, the doe, and the buck. It's working properly. If you're getting a buck sound only or a fawn or doe sound only and it doesn't adjust, then your O-ring didn't get in the slide groove and it's not going back and forth for you. So just take it apart and fix that up, and then you'll be good to go. We hope you enjoyed this instructional and you picked up some good information out of it. Thanks for choosing Illusion. We're real excited about the new Extinguisher Deer Call. as well as our full line of products that you can visit on our website at illusionsystems.com. So be safe in the woods and have a great time this year.